is spreading has caught authorities by surprise.
Really shows that the restrictions were working.
The spike has exposed a need for extra community facilities to treat patients who aren't seriously ill but have underlying health conditions, need to be isolated and closely monitored. They've repurposed a nursing home with 250 beds.
The vaccinated, ladies and gentlemen, are spreading it. The vaccinated are doing it.
Professor Dale Fisher says Victoria would be wise to plan for similar facilities.
What could be needed.
I didn't get to it in time.
He also
They were doing the thing in Singapore,
should stay.
and they're like 80-something% vaccinated, and now their cases have flown through the roof.
And as we cautiously map a path out of the pandemic, hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
I'd be preparing for the worst. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what they're going to do, the plan here, I can't go online, okay? I just, I really can't. I jeopardise too much by going online and doing a stream. But what they're going to do, everyone's complained, you see, we've all got to a point where we can't live anymore, right? We're just fucking sick of the life we have, right? So they're going to open it up for Christmas. I mean, I said that ages ago. Now, they have to do that just to let the businesses have a bit of a reprieve and let them have some kind of money because they're getting big complaints from the Business Bureau, and of course they're a major contributor to the government. And she's been fucking resigned. And that's another video. Corruption, boys, corruption. She got done for corruption. So, this is huge. She got done for corruption. So anyway, they're going to let it out. Okay, now, that's why they want 80% vaxxed, and they're going to open it all up. Now, go to other countries, have a look yourself. You'll see that after the 80% and they open the country back up again, that it skyrockets, goes through the roof. Ba-boom, straight through the roof in cases. We are already at 1,400 cases here where I am. I'm in Melbourne, Victoria. We are 1,400 cases yesterday, and they are talking about opening up for the grand final. And it was only last week that they were blaming the grand final, that we had here, because they're calling it a super spreader event. People were going around to people's houses and stuff like that. So they're going to use any excuse other than themselves, of course. It's not their fault. Now, what this vaccine does, ladies and gentlemen, I believe, in my opinion, my personal opinion, is that it spreads itself. It spreads, okay? So the more people that are vaccinated, the more that it's out there, because it's shedding, and it sheds out of your body. That's why they have to have booster shots every 6 or 7 months. They're going to ask you to have a booster shot. So they want to put a needle in you every fucking 6 or 7 months. And what it's going to do is the cases are going to skyrocket. They're going to go through the roof. You're going to have, it's going to be pandemonium. So they're going to let it open for, I'd give it 3 or 4 weeks. I'd give it 3 or 4 weeks until the day after Christmas Day, or the second day after, 2 or 3 days after Christmas Day itself. And they'll go again back into lockdown, full lockdown, more harsher than anything else at all. Because, you know what I mean? Because it's going to be more rampant. They'll say it's more rampant. Now we're going to have the different variants coming in, of course, and they're going to make it even more fucking worse. Because the vaccine has no thing against these variants, none at all. None of them have anything at all. Now, none of these politicians, I have to keep reminding people, none of these people have to be fucking, they're all on huge wages. They have not missed a single paycheck. They've actually been rewarded quite handsomely with bonuses and pay rises, and they are very, very wealthy, the politicians. So when they say to you, we're all in it together, we're all going to get through this together, you're not in it together. You are fucking well-paid politician muppet, and you have never missed a paycheck, never, and you didn't knock back the 4 pay rises that were offered to you. You accepted them. While everybody else is destitute and lost their job and you're putting their life in turmoil, you get pay rises. So it's going to be exponential. The cases are going to go through the roof. It's going to get to everybody that they can't get to now. And this whole goal right now is the children. They want the kids. I've been telling you this for ages and ages, and the goal is to get the children. And they want to get them fully vaxxed up and all that, and it's going to be pandemonium. I'm telling you, man, the cases are going to go through the roof. This thing does not protect you from the virus. All it does is give you a little bit better if you go into the hospital and you've already got it. But we had 85 cases here in Melbourne, and 307 of those were double vaxxed. Okay, now they're in hospital and they're double vaxxed. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you, but it's going to explode. There was a graph before. I didn't get to the camera quick enough, but they actually showed in countries where it went from 80% they opened, and then it just absolutely flew through the roof. The whole thing flew through the roof, as in cases. So I think we're in for a lot of turmoil. I think we're in for a lot of just perfect for the new, the whole people that are in charge. It's exactly what they want. Good luck to everybody. You're going to have to need a permit and everything to go to work. These people are going to bring in laws where you can't go into a shop unless you're double vaccinated. You can't go and see a doctor, and even pregnant women are being knocked back because they're not vaccinated. Like, if you were a pregnant woman, man, why would you want to take the chance that it'd have anything to do with your fucking, would interfere with your child in any way? The actual, oh my God, Father, you don't even go there, right? You wouldn't even bother, you know what I mean? You're a perfectly healthy woman. Why would you need a needle for that, rah, rah? And they're knocking back pregnant women here. Okay, they're knocking them back. You're not vaccinated, so you can't come in. So it's quite sad what's going on. I'm telling you now, we're in for absolute freaking turmoil. The future is not good. It's not good for us normal plebs. But I do wish you all the best. I hope you're with someone that loves you, and I hope you are being loved, and you're able to love somebody, because that is what's going to be really amiss here. Amongst all of this chaos and horribleness is a little bit of love and a little bit of joy in your life, and that's going to be the hard one to keep. So I went into a couple of shops today and asked them, and you're going to knock me back if I don't have your pass for you. And she said, well, if they make it law, I don't really have a choice. It's a law. She said, it's, she just shook her head. She, what do you want the private shopkeeper to say? I said, well, I'm just going to give you a wave then. I'll knock on the window and give you a wave as I walk past. And she started laughing. She said, oh no, we'll just make it, phone it through, and I'll walk it out to you. If you want a sandwich, I'll walk it out to you. You don't have to come in the building. We'll make it a takeaway section. If they ask that, we'll just make a takeaway section out the window, and people can order it. We'll put it out the window, make a takeaway section there. She said, I'm not going to, she said, that's what they have to do. That's what they have to do, ladies and gentlemen. And they're going to this is their chance. You got to get that in your head now. This is the governments and the leaders, the Klaus Schwabs of the world. This is their chance. This whole pandemic and the needle and everything is their chance to full control, and they're not going to, they're not going to give it up. There's a whole bunch of billionaires out there that are really counting on this and have been thinking about all of this that's going on. And if it's so fucking bad, ladies and gentlemen, why do they let the grand final go ahead? Think about it, you're going to have all those people in the grand final, but we're in the middle of a pandemic. You know what I mean? Does it make sense to you? It just doesn't, right? At the start of the news, they had all the coppers running around arresting the people that were doing any protesting. And these were just mum and dads, just at their local shopping centres. They were standing outside on the side of the road, silent protesting, right? So the cops come along and arrest them. Yep, the cops come along and arrest them. So even if you're just standing still, right, with a sign in your hand, you are going to be arrested. Okay, and then they put you on the bond from the court, and that's it. You can't go anywhere, you can't do anything. You'll be absolutely hammered down in bail conditions. So I'll do another video about the corruption with Mrs. Bierkian, or whatever the fuck her name is. I'm awful glad that that's one down and we've got fucking, 10 to fucking go. But she's going to be replaced by the same kind of muppet, that old puppet that's already being paid and fucking controlled, dude. She's going to be replaced by that anyway. So it doesn't really fucking matter who's in charge, because they're not really in charge. They just get told what to do, and they're really highly paid. That's why they do what they're fucking told. They also work for a corporation called the Australia Corporation, or some fucking shit. What's it called? Something, which is the country. The country's a corporation, and they work for the corporation. They don't work for you. You know what I mean? They really, really don't. They listen to their bosses, and their bosses have said, we need a couple of weeks to get some fucking money through the tills. We're all going broke here. And people are screaming for freedom, rah, rah. The government knows that it's going to spread. The government knows, okay, it knows that when they open it all up, that the virus is going to spread. They're going to have heaps of cases, right? So that gives them more control. They give you the 3 or 4 weeks, they let you have your freedom, and then they show you that the cases have exponentially fucking done up, rah, rah, and then they close the country down, fucking that's it. That's the end of that. So, and it also enables them to bring in their draconian laws that they want to bring in now, because you're not going to be able to go anywhere or do anything without a fucking pass on your phone. It's going to be the first first thing a copper asks you when he pulls you over. It's not going to be, have you got your license? Have you got your pass? Show me your COVID pass. That's going to be the first thing he asks. It won't be anything about your driving. It'll just be he checking your pass to see if he can fine you. So there was also a warning today from Andrews. He came out and actually stated that we're not going to have the unvaccinated out there when it comes to when the centres are built. And you told me I was a raving lunatic for even saying this months and months ago, and I told you as soon as those quarantine centres are built, they're going to start rounding people up, okay? Rounding people up because you're not thinking correctly, you're not thinking right, and you need to go and have an examination, you need to go and talk to some people, and we're here to help you. And they're going to take you away to a quarantine centre, they're going to fucking jab you, even if they hold you down, they're going to fucking strap your ass down, and they will fucking jab you, okay? So it's a matter of time, really, ladies and gentlemen, until they get what they fucking want, because you're not allowed to go out there and do or say anything or fucking complain about anything, because their court system is worked out here. As soon as they've got you on that court bond, that bail, you're no longer, if you do anything wrong, then you don't get in trouble for the crime that you committed. You're getting into trouble for going against the court, and that's where these judges get a little bit pickled. They got their finger up right up their fucking asses, and you've got to do exactly what they fucking want, or they're offended. They're offended you didn't obey the court order, so they'll put you in jail. They really will put you in jail here just for fucking not agreeing to what they want. So be careful what you say, be careful who you talk to. You're going to find a lot of people are making phone calls out there, a few third-party phone calls, mate. They're fucking willing to narc on fucking everybody here, man. Everybody's a fucking narc. So be careful who you talk to and shit like that out there, man. Because fucking it ain't safe. It's not safe, ladies and gentlemen. And if they're going to have multiple patrols, there'll be heaps of patrolling out there, and they'll have that identification stuff on their cars, and they'll be able to look up all the license plates. And if you're 5 kilometres over or 10 kilometres over, whatever it is, then that's it. That's an instant fine. It's going to be full on. Fucking hell. It's going to be incredible the amount of control these people are going to have over your life. It really is. Because if you don't check in, or if you don't do this, that, or the other, then all those people are going to make their phone calls, because they're all little narcs, that work for the government. So be careful, please. I just hope you've got someone around you that loves you. Okay, I really do. I hope you were spending time with someone that gives you a smile and fucking nice to be around and is a pleasant conversation. I hope you're not, like being spoken to nastily and fucking anything like that. I hope you're all happy, boys. And I hope you got food in your belly. And I hope you got a roof over your fucking head. And I want you to stay safe. I'll come on a little bit later on down the track. I've got to be fucking real stum with all this, mate, because they're going to take the whole channel. They'll take everything. Don't you understand that? You start saying the wrong thing, and they will take your entire channel down. Everything. So you got to be real careful, and you get blocked. That's what they're doing. They're blocking people, getting rid of people. So you just got to be really fucking careful, I'm afraid. Anyway, I'll come back in a minute, and we'll do this Biokian video. Stay safe, and God bless you. All right?